In March, Will Smith infamously got up on stage and slapped Chris Rock in the face during the Oscars ceremony, after the comedian made a joke about his wife that Will and many others thought was distasteful. Chris had made a G.I. Jane joke targeted towards Jada Pinkett Smith, which made reference to her bald hair. Her lack of hair was actually due to her being diagnosed with a condition called alopecia, which causes you to lose your hair. As a result, Will Smith found this joke offensive, and instead of discussing it with Chris later, he immediately took matters into his own hands and he marched up on stage in front of everyone during the live show. He proceeded to hit Chris Rock in the face before just turning around and marching back to his seat. Everyone watching and even Chris himself were left in shock as they tried to process what had happened. Will Smith then yelling out, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." The clip obviously went viral as some people were unsure if it had been staged and if what they were seeing had even really just happened. Will Smith has now made an apology video and the internet seems divided on what to think. So now that I've recapped the situation for you, let's talk about that. In the almost 6-minute video titled "It's Been a Minute," Will Smith enters and sits down on a chair. Text going across the screen that says, "It's been a minute. Over the last few months I've been doing a lot of thinking and personal work. You asked a lot of fair questions that I wanted to take some time to answer." He then goes on to answer a few different questions that are displayed on screen, multiple different camera angles capturing his apology. One of the first questions is, "Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech?" To which he responded by saying that he was still out of it in the moment, saying that he felt fogged out and his memory was fuzzy. He also mentions that Chris has apparently told him that he is not ready to speak to him yet. He then goes on to apologize directly to Chris, Chris's mother, and the rest of Chris's family. He says, "There is no part of me that thinks that this was the right way to behave in that moment," and I would certainly hope so. The next question is, after Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? This was due to many people who rewatched the footage saying that it looked like Will hadn't actually been offended, but had only decided to do something about it due to his wife's reaction and her potentially saying that he needed to defend her. Though Will goes on to say that this is completely untrue and it was his own choice. He also apologizes for letting people down and disappointing them, saying it hurts psychologically and emotionally to know that people were disappointed by his actions. He says, "I am trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself," saying that he is just a human who made a mistake. The video now has nearly 3 million views after being out for only a few days, and the description reads, "Thanks y'all," with an X. Many people and even celebrities have taken to commenting on the video, so let's see what people had to say. Comments on the video seem to share the sentiment that this was a typical YouTuber apology, the stereotype of a YouTuber apology being that they are choreographed and insincere. Comments said things like, "When you use 3 different cameras to issue an apology, I'm reminded of something the judge in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire said. Your little speech seemed to be very heartfelt and genuine, but I believe it to be a terrific performance by a very gifted actor. Nothing more." And this apology is as moving as the movie Morbius, truly a thing that exists. News outlets also seem to share this opinion, calling the apology a forced hostage video and a fabricated attempt to be real. The top tweets about the situation on Twitter, however, seem to sing a different tune, feeling that the apology was actually sincere, and some saying he never even needed to make an apology in the first place. Tweets said things like, "Will Smith did nothing wrong in my book. The fact Chris Rock is not ready to hear his apology but keeps making jokes about it every night and didn't even apologize to Jada lets me know enough about the situation. And I don't agree with Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, but his apology to me is clearly so genuine and sincere. I'm also really not surprised the man snapped like he did. He has been constantly berated by the media for years now and made a mockery whenever he was vulnerable and sad." So the internet seems to be pretty divided on what they think of the situation. Chris Rock himself has not formally spoken out in regards to the apology video and has only been making small references to the situation in his comedy shows. So let me know what you think of the apology down in the comments. That's all for now. I've been your host Woody. Join us next time for more.